All right, today we are going to be listening to Beach House Teen Dream, which is to me, it's kind of an indie classic at this point. Um, and just for me personally, I'm just going to say, I feel like this album is like a masterpiece. Um, and it was the first album I had ever heard by them that came out, I believe, in 2010. Yes, so Beach House are from Baltimore and featuring members Victoria Legrand, Alex Scally, and James Barone on drums. So Teen Dream was their third studio album, and it was released January 26th through Sub Pop. And that was their first full-length release under the label following their departure from Car Park Records in 2009. Then internationally, it was released on Bella Union in Europe and Mistletoe Records in Australia and Arts and Crafts in Mexico. So the album was produced and arranged by the duo with Chris Cody as co-producer. So I think that gives us a good enough idea of the background. There was one other interesting thing I read was that after they released Norway, the album got leaked onto the internet. So that's an interesting detail about this record that I'm not sure if I knew that. But, by that time, it probably didn't hurt. It might have actually helped. I don't know. Uh, who knows with these things? But I think, if nothing else, it kind of adds to the mystique of something being out there that isn't supposed to be out there. And that can be kind of even more enticing when you can, people have access to something kind of secret. Okay, so I think we can go ahead and get into it, starting with track 1, which is titled Zebra. Love how minimal this is, just Alex on the guitar. what a great opening track to this album. Um, Especially when you haven't heard it in a while. It's like, wow, it just hits you. And I remember when I first heard this album, I, 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 it was recommended by my cousin, who's a huge music fan. Um, and I had never even heard of Beach House. And so I thought I was listening to a man singing at first, uh, because Victoria has that. She's a bit able to have that a little bit lower register that so which makes her vocals really unique to me. And So I don't know if any of you thought that. I wonder. Sometimes I wonder, if I was the only one who ever thought that? But um, so I was a little surprised when I, found out. Okay, this is what's going on with this band. And let me switch over to Genius because. And the thing I love about the song is the very start is just that very minimal guitar, and then building on top of that with the vocal, this beautiful background vocals that come in, and the keyboards just totally filling up the sound, and it just keeps kind of building when when the percussion comes in. So it does have that real building effect, which is really good for an opening track. So you do have. It looks like both of them wrote the song, which I've never really investigated. I just assumed Victoria wrote everything, but it looks more like it was a co-written, and maybe that's how they do all their songs. I don't know. We'll see. Of course, Alex plays guitar and keyboards. Alex and Victoria, percussion, Daniel France on this album. I don't know if it's the whole album or just this track, but yeah, so it's always interesting just to see. I mean, they get a lot out of their sound. There's really minimal instrumentation going on, but I think that's also a credit to their songwriting. And I think that's why this album is so good. Again, because I'm really big on songwriting. Um, Probably why I like it so much. It might, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's my favorite Beach House album. I don't know for sure because I know I do like Depression Cherry a lot too. But this one, I don't know. I just think the songwriting is so good on this, and the way Victoria sings is maybe a little more passionate on this album than a lot of the other albums, and I think that's one reason why it's might be my favorite. So what do we have for lyrics? Zebra. And again, I know I've mentioned this before that I don't usually when I listen, I don't really dig too much into the lyrics. But let's see what this says. You know you're gold, you don't got to worry none. Oasis child, born and so wild. Don't I know you better than the rest? Now it's funny when I hear that in the song, I always feel like that was I always felt like that was like Victoria singing to me that she knew me better than the rest, which is it's really like an intimate feeling when you when you hear it that way. But if you actually look at the actual lyrics, it's probably not really about that. It's more about deception, all deception from you. Your love is stag in the white sand wilderness for miles. Eyes so mild and wise. Don't I know you better than the rest? All deception, all deception from you. So the only reason that the narrator knows them better is because they see through the deception. And so that's why whoever, I don't know if it's a person that we're talking about, the narrator calls him a black and white horse, and it's a clever way of saying that the man is two faced. Okay. Yeah, so black and white horse, another name for zebra. It's just a deception. Your love is stag in the white sand, oasis child born into a man. Wilderness for miles, eyes so mild and wise, oasis child born and so wild. And the wilderness includes potential lovers. This gives an underlining meaning to the phrase, your love is stag, in the sense that he does not commit to any one person, but gives his love in solo fleeting connections. Yeah, so I think this whole album is very kind of relationship focused, and maybe, I don't know for sure, but I'm gonna, maybe like teen relationships in particular, but don't quote me on it. I just think that either way, we know that this is about relationships of some sort. Black and white horse arching among us. And so he's both black and white at the same time, never showing his real self. Saying that any way he runs before them, implies that he's both popular and constantly trying to stay one step ahead of everyone, weaving his lies and covering his deceptions. Okay. So edit this part. All right, so that does give me a little bit more of an idea of what zebra actually means. So I think with that, we can probably move on. Oh, you probably noticed that I'm not ranking things today. Because I want to try going through this without ranking and see how it goes. Because I think, I don't know, we'll see. I just think it might work better if I don't rank these songs. And we'll see. I mean, if y'all are demanding me to rank things for your entertainment, but we'll see. Let's see how this goes. Next track is Silver Soul. harmonies. Who sings like that? That reminds me of somebody. You let me know in the comments if you know. Maybe nobody's. Oh, I love that line. Other tracks coming in. Stop it right there. Yeah, I was gonna say it's interesting that they didn't fade that track out because I could easily hear that because of the way it kept repeating over and over again. But I just love that line. It is happening again, and I could look it up and try to figure out what does that mean, etc. But I really don't. I don't really want to know what it means because it's such a universal statement. I'd rather just let it be what it is, and whoever's listening to the song, it could mean all kinds of different things for something happening again. So I'd rather not know what it actually means specifically, and I just really enjoy the track as a whole. And as I mentioned, that slide guitar that Alex uses quite a bit is just a really great sound. And again, they just prove how the good songwriting really makes up for not having 5 or 6 different members in the band or something, because it's really just Alex and Victoria and doing the songwriting, and they're doing most of the instrumentation, and they managed to make it all work. It doesn't sound like I wish there was, if only they had like an extra guitarist in there or something, it's not needed, it's not necessary. So and I think that minimalism just somehow it sounds better with these songs, and They really managed to just make it work. And I don't know what else can I say about this track. I don't think I do have much more to say on it. Just for me, it's just responding to. I respond more to just how does the track make me feel, And like I was saying, those harmonies are like have a slightly haunted quality, maybe. So, and again, I just love the way that Victoria sings on this track with that. She has that emotion in her voice, and that always kind of cracks through, to me. So I don't know. Hopefully that's a good enough analysis for now. I'm not going to get into the lyrics on every single song, anyways. So I think we can move on to the next track, which is Norway. Now we're picking up from that, whatever that drum sound was. Love the way she's using her voice there, almost as like a percussive element coming in there.
We were sleeping till you came along with your tired heart.
I love that guitar again. Draws out the word Norway with this extra stringing out
the beastie comes to you. He's a hunter for a lonely heart in the season of the sun.
just hits me right in the feels. It's just, man, I love the way she sings that word. It's just like adding those extra syllables in there. It's just like, and then that little this part.
Where you thinking that you're gonna run to
It's
now?
right here.
With the beating of a tiny heart.
Beautiful guitar. And then right at the very end, man, that's when it just, I don't know, it just hits me when she comes in right here.
No way.
Oh my gosh. I never knew that word could be so evoke so much emotion out of me. Yeah, so and I love the tempo, the percussion again is a little bit underplayed. You have that steady kind of bass drum going and that kind of shaker type of thing. And I don't even think, do they ever even hit a snare drum? I don't think so. All I hear is toms. And the little, I think that's like a drum machine that's hitting on that. I don't know what it is. It's kind of hard for me to make out, but even when you get to the very end, not hearing, you never hear him like bang smashing the snare drum at any point. Again, that to me is pointing to you've hit on this melody that is so strong that I don't even need a snare drum to keep me engaged, because the emotion is coming through and keeping me hooked in. And so to me, that just speaks again to a really powerful kind of songwriting. So I think that just about covers it for Norway, and we can move on to, okay, this next song, it's definitely one of my favorite beach house songs, might be the favorite of mine, just because it's so hooky. So, and it's called Walk in the Park. Love that beat. Love that organ, just driving organ. And that guitar is very hooky. Just pulls me right in. Oh my gosh. You know, no matter how many times I hear it, it still hits me. And that's just the mark of a good song and a good album when you come back to it after not having heard it for a little bit and it still just hits you like this. Man, to me that's really what counts is whether I'm connecting with a track emotionally. And this song is like I said, it's just so hooky with that organ and that guitar line. And again, other than that, that's their sound. A little bit of extra percussion, a little shaker added in that, second verse. And I just love the way they end the track. They break from the usual verse and it's really limited during this time here where she's singing more, you want more. It's almost like it's showing how the relationship is stuck right there musically. And it's only when it breaks out to the actual outro, is saying more, you want more, you tell me more, only time can run me. And it's just like, I don't know. I just that just hits me in a way that I can't really describe. Um, but it does. It just feels like it's opening into the outro beyond that stuck space where, because time is infinite, that now we're no longer stuck because um, only time can run me. And I love just how the music is matching there with the lyrics. We can look at the lyrics a little bit. I've always just liked the image of, you go for a walk in the park because, that's just something I do, every day. And it's such a something anybody can do. And so, and here it's described as an escape, possibly both literal and metaphorical, from a relationship that is no longer meaningful. So here, again, it does seem again like we're going back to talking about relationships. The hand that you sometimes hold doesn't do anything. Just kind of that loss of spark, I guess, or loss of connection, the connection that maybe they used to have. And then the face that you see in the door isn't standing there anymore. So, yeah, the love kind of dwindling. What else? In a matter of time, it would slip from my mind in and out of my life. You would slip from my mind in a matter of time. Yeah, that's how it is, with the ending of a relationship. It's never just like a clean break and you never think about the other person ever again. It's just they kind of slip in and out of your mind. The name that you call in its place isn't waiting for your embrace. Intense romantic relationships are hard to get over, and sometimes it's very hard for one party to move on. Victoria sums up this hardship succinctly here. As hard as it is to find the one in a romantic relationship, Victoria says she got lucky finding bandmate Alex Scully. Yeah, no, that's true. Finding somebody, to play music with that you actually get along with and, share the artistic vision and everything and be able to, get along and everything like that, it is hard. I think this is a quote. It says, yeah, it's a lot harder to find a musical partner than a love partner. Exactly. I'm very lucky he's my musical partner. I never could have predicted it. It continues to grow. Hopefully, we won't get sick of each other. I don't think that's happened. They've continued to make albums, so hopefully that does continue. Yeah. Let's see what else. I think that's about it for the song. In a matter of time, it will slip from my mind, in and out of my life. You would slip from my mind. And then the outro is more, you want more. And that's probably the problem in relationships. If the other person wants more than you can give, it's just, it becomes not sustainable. And when that happens, and then only time can run me. I mean, you can interpret that however you want. Time heals all wounds, I guess, or something like that. But she's saying it her own way here. So I think that's about the gist of this song. And it's just, again, standout track for me. So I think we can move on to the next track, which is Used to Be. And this one does not have lyrics.
You are coming home. Are you still alone? Are you not the same as you used to be? As the sun grows high and you serve your time, does each day just feel
So that was Used to Be again. It manages to find a way to get me hooked in emotionally. And as I was saying, it just sounds more like a regular piano sound. The drums are a little more pronounced on this track with that snare hits.
Now you know, is it just for show? Just a
Tambourine hits.
foolish game that you hide behind. Don't forget
Steady.
the nights when it all felt right.
I don't know if that's a regular
Not the
kick,
same as you
bass kick there.
used to
Specific ownership. But as usual, love that cymbal build up there.
In an endless night, could you feel the
Just beautiful production. So okay, and yeah, I don't want to get too much into the lyrics, and I know we're approaching an hour already, so I think we'll move on to the next one, which is Lover of Mine. Oh, I love this intro. Again, just hooking me in. Oh, wow. I mean, this album just it doesn't stop. It just keeps hitting you with these emotional breakthroughs and just the way she sings, just like it feels like it's just piercing my soul at times. Um, and I just love that at the end here, what's in parentheses is this is a really cool, um, brilliant way of doing the production is having those what's in parentheses getting louder because at first you barely hear it way in the background and it just gets louder as it comes to a close. The only thing you've got, you know, you're better off without it. So, I don't know. That intro really, really, really hits the way it. I don't know exactly where it is, but it starts out with that the drum beat. You've got the organ. The organ does so many. I haven't even. I feel like I haven't even touched on what the piano and the keyboards do in all of these songs that are also keeping me engaged as well. And I mean, it's not there's something a little off. I mean, in a good way about the organ sound here. It's not just the typical organ sound. It's got something going on. Hitting those, it's like a percussive element there that's keeping me really engaged.
Hear my cry.
So, I'd be curious, like if anybody's listening to this that has never heard this before. I would be like, whoa, how did I miss this? You know, type of thing. But like I said, even if you have heard it, it still hits emotionally. So we'll move on to track 7, which is. Let me make sure. Yeah. Track 7, which is Better Times. Just good songwriting. I don't think there's a bad track on this album. Love that. Hitting on that offbeat there. Yeah, I love how they ended that. Oh, man, this is just a great track. I know I miss some of these opening lyrics. I want you to know the truth because I've been around before, thought I wasn't looking anymore. Hmm. Been a fool for weeks because my heart stands for nothing and your soul's too weak. Got a will that's been around for days. Goes far if you want it. It needs to behave. Um, as the songwriting on this track is so good. It might be a contender for the actual best song, because there's a part in here. I'm not sure, like I'm not even sure where it is, but it goes off in some direction that I was even now when I'm listening, I'm like, I still don't even know where it's going. I think it's around here, maybe
And your soul's too weak.
right after this part.
Got away. Goes far if you want it. It needs to behave.
Maybe it's okay. You got the verses and everything, and you got this part, which is
You
like
cover the ground.
kind of serving as a chorus.
Big mistake.
Leads into this part.
I
I don't know. I think it must be right after that. So
We don't need the
yeah,
sign
right here.
to know better time.
I was not expecting that. And then this part, it's kind of a change up.
Running around cause you put yourself up and you made a cry, and the one that you love is gone. Oh, how much longer can you play with fire before you turn into a lie?
So
Running
that goes
around
on.
'cause you beat yourself
So right here, now we're going back into
been around before.
kind of more the usual
Thought you
format structure of the song.
weren't looking anymore.
So there's a lot more to the song
We come
maybe
and
meets the
go.
eye first. So I haven't mentioned that. I know I haven't mentioned the bass at all, but you can kind of hear it on this track. That and I didn't realize. I probably should have mentioned that I actually went to see Beach House um, at the Jefferson Theater, and it was the album after this, Bloom. However, they played, I think, almost this entire album. This album, Teen Dream. So I was like in heaven, like because I didn't think they were gonna play so many tracks from this album. And Alex will play. It's not a bass guitar. It's like a the pedals of an organ. What's that called? The bass pedals, I guess. So he's doing a lot more than you would think. And again, that's why they get so much, and they get everything out of their minimal arrangement with him playing those bass pedals for the bass sound. So he probably wouldn't realize how much he's doing just listening to this album. So that was a really good show too. So let's see. Where are we now? That was Better Times. And now we're going to move on to 10 Mile Stereo.
The heart is a stone, and this is a stone that we throw. Put your hand on the stone, it's the stone of a hope you know. They say we will go far, but they don't know how far we'll go. With our legs on the edge and our feet on the horizon. They say we can throw far, but they don't know how far we throw. With our legs on the edge and our feet on the horizon. The heart is a stone, and this is a stone that we throw. They
Love the
say
drums
we
coming
will
in.
go far, but they don't know how far we'll go. It can't be gone. We're still right here. It took so long. Can't say we heard it all. Lives parallel. We stood so long we fell. Till moment from midday. They'll carry us on This Pacheco is the force of a wave of time. In the heat of a night, we will cry, "You are not mine." They say we will go far, but they don't know how far we go. 'Cause this heart is a stone, and this is a stone that we throw. It can't be gone. We're still right here. It took so long. Can't say we saw it all. Lives parallel. We stood so long we fell. Right pyramids at night. They'll carry us on forever. It can't be gone. We're still right here. It took so long. Can't say we felt it all. Lives parallel. We stood so long we fell. Love like a pantheon. It carries on.
The drums were really building up there now. Just goes back to that little. It's just fading out. That's a great sound right there. That synth. So so atmospheric. And then that fades out. So this is sounding really, really good. And you'll notice, yeah, so bass, Alex Scally. And the drums are Graham Hill, which is different from the previous track we looked at earlier. So we don't always have the same drummer every time. But on this track, it sounded like he was really kind of going off there as the song just kind of climaxed there, and then back to the basic. We can look a little bit, I guess, at the lyrics. 10 Mile Stereo. That's just a cool title. The heart is a stone, and this is a stone that we throw. Put your hand on the stone. It's the stone of a home you know. So ingenious. The symbolism of the song is beautiful yet hurtful too. A rock is something strong indeed, but it's also something that's dead, iced in time, like the pyramids and the pantheons in the song. And if you throw it, it can end up broken. Sometimes we're devastated by the lack of love, but also searching desperately for it. We try to throw it wherever we can at whoever we can, no matter the consequences. The heart has become hardened at it as it has been hurt very much, perhaps by life or by being in abusive relationships, and it has been thrown at someone who seemed far away. And that's a pretty good interpretation of just these two lines. They say we can throw. So I like how it repeats. They say we will go far, but they don't know how far we'll go with our legs on the edge and our feet on the horizon. They say we can throw far, but they don't know how far we throw with our legs on the edge and our feet on the horizon. The heart is a stone, and this is a stone that we throw. Yeah, so yeah, I could see how it could be interpreted as hurtful in that sense. They say we will go far, but they don't know how far we'll go. And then that chorus is, it can't be gone, we're still right here. It took so long, can't say we heard it all. Limbs parallel, we stood so long we fell. Tear a moment from the days that carry us on forever. So it took long to be together, and they may not have allowed their full feelings for each other to show because they weren't supposed to love each other. This push and pull is the force of a wave of time. In the heat of the night, we would cry, you are not mine. They said we would go far, but they don't know how far we'd go, because this heart is a stone, and this is a stone that we throw. And then at the very end, a return to that chorus, followed by bright pyramids at night that carry us on forever. I love that line. That's just, I don't know, you just want to be absorbed in that image. And maybe you don't know, again, exactly what it means, but I can see that image and how it would carry us on forever through the night. It can't be gone. We're still right here. She took so long, can't say we felt it all. Limbs parallel, we stood so long, we fell. Love's like a pantheon, it carries on forever. So that's 10 Mile Stereo. And I don't think I have much else to add to that track, since we are approaching hour and a half now with 2 tracks left. So let's get on to Real Love. Back to the traditional piano.
I met you somewhere in the air beneath the stairs. There's someone in that room that frightens you when they go boom, 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 boom.
That kind of picking percussion. I don't know what that is.
You say it's black. Is the world in my night? In the size of your eyes, is there a righteous prize? Oh, oh,
Love those chords. Man, whatever that droney sound is. Put me in outer space.
Something wrong with our hearts.
This song is so minimal, but the songwriting is so good. You don't need any bells and whistles and all that other stuff.
Real love, it finds you somewhere and get back to
Put me in a trance.
Street to the dawn.
Yeah, that one I was saying is just like I don't know what it is. It almost sounds like it's like ritual music. It's like putting me in a trance in a way with that, especially with that drone that's just fills up all the space. And otherwise, the song is just so minimal. It reminds me of more of their earlier work before this album that was, I think, might even have an even more minimal sound than this album. Um, there's just, again, I just, it's the songwriting that's so good. And some of those chords are just, I don't know what they are, but sometimes you just take a regular chord and throw in some off note in there, and it just changes the mood of everything. Um, I think I was hearing a little bit of that with, I forgot exactly where it was, but just again, another really good track. And I don't know if there's much else I can say about it. So I think I'll just leave it there and we can move on to the very last track, which is called Take Care. And this is another favorite of mine, I would say, off this album. So close it out here. Love that fade in. Sounds a little like a video game sound there.
Step inside, we can hide the way you make us glow. It's no good unless it grows. Feelings burning, love alive. Deep inside the ever spinning, tell me, does it feel? It's no good unless it's real. Inside's burning, white light turning, till we're running from it. I take care of you.
Love that beat there.
If you ask me to, in a year or
To the verses. Whoever did the drums, man, this is just brilliant.
you say swimming in the lake, we
Drum
come
machine,
across
baby.
a snake. It is real and then it's fake. Feel its heartbeat, feel what you hear. Fall so fast and feel
guitar is really picking up there. The end as it's fading out. It's like they're just gonna continue playing into the night, and that's it. That's the whole album, and that track is just one of my favorites. I guess because it does have a little bit different kind of tempo. Almost sounds like it has a 1 2 3 1 2 3, almost a waltz time signature, and I just love the way the drum programming was done. I'm assuming, I don't know if it's a mixture of drum machine, maybe real drums, maybe, but however they did it, it's just, I love the way they did it, and it's just kind of a comforting way to end the album. I just, again, I may start transferring that, feeling that myself, that the music is taking care of me in a way. But this album is just, I couldn't find a bad track on it. And I think, again, it's because the songwriting, but also that songwriting is hitting me emotionally consistently throughout the album. It's a combination of different things. The songwriting, being able to do that with such a minimal sound, and her voice just piercing through. So that's it. That's Beach House Teen Dream. And I think we may revisit Beach House again in the future, some of their other albums, but we'll see. And I think that's going to do it for today. And, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. And also, you can support me on Patreon if you would like. And I will put a link to that below. So thanks again for listening. And I will see you again in the next video.